Good morning, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the Today in AZ After Show and making it a part of your morning. We do it 7:30 sharp, Monday through Friday, right here on the couch in the Studio 12A. Jimmy, you're dancing today. You in a good mood about surf music?
It's a surf music thing. Yeah.
It's middle of the work week. Weekend's almost here.
It's all downhill from the Wednesday's Child segment.
That's what it is.
4:30 show every Wednesday.
That's good stuff. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how much
Pet peeves in the office.
I'm surprised we haven't already had the pizza talk in relation to this topic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we forgot about that. Why didn't we bring
No,
that
we
up?
didn't forget about it. We're not going to bring it back up. Now, we've done this story so many times.
I don't know this story, though. I'm new.
Yes.
No, we did tell. We
do
mentioned it.
She just doesn't listen to us when we talk.
I ate some of his pizza. He brought it in.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But he put it in a public place.
Okay.
We
That
do
is a
want to
dumb
hear from
story.
you about this. What's your biggest pet peeve? There was a new survey that's trending. It was actually on early today and made an appearance on the Today Show this morning about stuff that people do in the office that drives you absolutely crazy. So post in the comment section the
we
one
got some
thing
good
that one
ones.
coworker does that drives you up the wall. Number one on the list, coworkers who don't wash their hands in the bathroom. 61% of people said that drives them nuts.
Why would you not do that?
I know.
Sometimes you're in a hurry, I guess.
Or like the same
No, but
thing.
especially if there's an audience. It's like,
Yeah,
there's people in there.
if you're not a regular hand washer, at least do it for the benefit of the audience that's in there. Fake it, at least
Can
while
I
other
play
people are
devil's
in there.
advocate on this?
Please.
What are you gonna say?
I can't wait.
If you're going number one
Okay.
in the men's room.
For you guys.
Don't
you
say
always
it, Paul.
different.
For us guys.
Don't say it, Paul.
No, what I'm going to say is the parts of myself that my hands are making contact with in that instance, probably the cleanest part of my body at the time. Because I took a shower this morning, I put a fresh pair of undies on.
But you're just speaking for yourself. You don't know if that's the case for
that's
others.
True, granted. But there are way grosser things that I touch all the time.
I just
and
told
I
that
don't
to
wash
somebody.
my hands
Was
afterwards.
it you this morning? I'm like, it's because you guys say you don't touch that part to use the restroom.
Well, some
You
people are
have
lucky
to.
enough they don't have to use their hands, I guess.
I don't know.
Jimmy smirks.
Some have to use both. Whatever.
This has become a very intimate conversation.
I feel like.
But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
I understand in certain contexts for certain individuals at certain times that
Seriously?
washing their hands
Seriously?
in a hurry might not be an absolute necessity. I'm just throwing it.
Let's get some other of the biggest pet peeves.
But in relation to that one, I think we've talked about this earlier. I don't understand why guys don't flush the toilet. Like, why do you go
me
number
neither. I don't
one
get that.
and don't flush the toilet? I went into a restaurant yesterday to go use the restroom, and the gentleman coming out, because there was a unisex one, he comes in and his stuff's still in the toilet, and I'm like,
What kind of stuff?
his pee.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, why did you not flush the toilet? This isn't your house. This is
Right.
a public place. Flush the toilet when you're done. Be courteous.
They used to have a campaign in Texas to save water. And if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, send it down.
in your house, maybe, but not at a
Not
public
in
place.
public, yeah.
Trying to save the environment.
Disgusting.
Vanessa, you know?
Look, I deal with it from my kids from they were this, but it's just like I assume it's a guy thing.
Yeah, I've
it's a
noticed
guy
it's a
thing
guy
because I
thing.
notice like my friends with daughters, it's not an issue. So
As a guy, I'm more concerned about the guys who just pee all over the place. Like, you guys have probably not been in many men's rooms, but I said on the air this morning, it's like an impressionist painting in there. Like, it's chaos. You go to a men's room, especially on a Monday morning when it hasn't been maintenance
that's
through
a
the
thing.
weekend.
Yes, after
What happened in
cleaning
here?
over the
Yeah.
weekend.
You know what
Toilet
else?
paper on the
It's
walls.
bad
and-
here. Yeah.
I've had to talk to some of our coworkers about this. It's called a courtesy flush,
Yeah.
folks. When you go in there to do your business, you don't sit on that thing for like, an hour and a half while you're texting and then get up and flush. The stench is everywhere. You send it down. Once that torpedo.
They have that new stuff called poopery.
Yeah, we have it in our bathrooms too.
I use
Man,
that.
a courtesy flush, and then you can sit there and play on your phone for another hour and a half.
I would never. This isn't your house. First of all, I can't even use the restroom at work or
Right.
public places.
Well, people do
But-
here, big time. Trust me. You're in a hurry to pee, and you
I
walk
know,
in.
you
go,
gotta relax.
"Whoa,
You can't do that at work."
Somebody's dying that we work
We're
with.
taking a time out to go to our ICYMI in case you missed it. Our conversation about this has no bounds. We talked about it on the show on Today in AZ. This is what we had to say about it. We'll get to your comments on the other side of this.
Coworkers who talk and talk way too much
That's
every day.
us. We get paid to do that. How about people who don't flush, Liz from Buckeye? The men's bathrooms, the ladies watching this morning, if you've never been in a men's bathroom, it's a disaster. It's like an impressionist painting in there. Most of the time.
Why?
It just is what it is.
Just take care of it. That's terrible. What else do we have? Okay, chewing with their mouth open. Yeah, that one we see a lot. Bad breath.
Sometimes those go hand in hand. How about coworkers who need to keep their shoes on? I didn't catch the last part of that, but.
What about people who wear yoga clothes to work, says Beth?
Well, it depends on where you work.
It depends on who's wearing it.
Someone cracked their knuckles like this, Lindsay.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I had to. Put me on the spot there.
Yikes. All right, Jimmy, you're such a considerate coworker. But what's the one thing we need to know when it comes to our forecast?
You don't like my yoga pants? They are see-through from behind. Oh, hey.
Face the camera,
it's a
please.
children's show here.
What about that pet peeve? Someone taking your parking space.
Oh,
What? What did I do? I didn't take the
time.
parking space.
you have a parking space?
Nonsense. They make Jimmy park on the street.
Yeah, one time there was like.
One time. Yeah. Okay. Because you made it sound on air like it was a big problem.
Well, not all the time. When you first started, it was like, we all had our places that we normally park. I usually park in the first space, Jimmy in the second, whatever, right? All comes in Paul, and he takes the space. Not only does he take the parking space, but he parks crooked and halfway in the other space. And I'm like, bro, you're not leaving me any room. Like, I had to squeeze out of my car to get out.
That was when he had his ghetto car.
And then I took a
He's got
picture
new
of it,
car now.
remember?
Is that
And I
the
showed you, and I'm
jalopy?
like, who parks like this?
Oh, it was a
Who
hoopty.
is being selfish to take up 2 spaces and not leaving me enough room to park?
Two things.
What say you?
Judge, may I take the stand on this? 2 things. 1, there are no assigned parking spaces.
There
in
isn't,
our garage.
but
there are
that's
6
fine.
reserved spots.
Understood.
2, I get here an hour and a half before Vanessa does, so I can park wherever the hell I want, as far as I'm concerned, unless it has your name on it. 3, there may have been a couple instances in which I was on the line a little bit, but I have never been over the line.
Oh, you're lucky I haven't saved that picture. I'm gonna look for it, and even maybe I will look for it because it's both of it's old cars that we
Yeah.
we no
true.
longer have them anymore.
Right.
So, but seriously, okay, I don't care about the parking arrangement, but not leaving me enough room to get out of my car and my vehicle.
That's no fair.
Like
that's awful.
not cool.
I'm with you on that. That's not cool at all.
Like, what are you still sleeping when you park in the
Yes,
morning?
Maybe a
yes,
little
I
bit.
am. Yes.
Don't
And
be a
you're like,
space hog.
I'm gonna go.
Are you still drunk?
Yes.
I
So
wasn't
since
gonna
you
say that.
sent me that picture, every time I don't pull into a spot in the garage anymore. I pull close and I back up and I pull in straight.
You
every
leave a
single
lot
day
of
now.
room.
I try to hug
Well,
the
because
wall
he
now.
parks in
He
the
does.
first space. So
I'm
that
trying to
was
be
large.
courteous.
He loves a lot of room. I do like his. parking
She's
now.
changed
Yeah.
me as a man. I put the toilet seat down now.
Look at that. You're being
I had
trained.
nothing
You're
to
being
do with
broken
that.
in
I
for
don't
your
know
wife
when he
one
uses the
day.
restroom.
All right, let's get to some of your comments about annoying pet
Yes.
peeve stuff. What do we got from the people?
I like this one from Nate. Someone decided to heat their fish in the break room at work yesterday. Now it smells like I'm on the dock in California, except it's a nightmare and everything's rotten.
That was one of the things that
Salmon.
made the list. Smelly food being left in the fridge or cooked in the office was one of the big.
I have
pet
warned my
peeves.
husband because he likes to bring like your chicken tikka masala from last night's dinner, which is delicious, but for other people, I'm like, it's a bit too aromatic.
With
for-
non-bread.
I like Susan's. This happens a lot. Talking about others. Talking about other people.
The
at
gossip
work.
chain at
Yes.
work.
People don't like that.
Every workplace.
I
is like that.
love getting the
Horrible.
scuttlebutt. That's like my favorite thing.
John hates the talking all the time too, but more so when they're bragging about what they spend. John's working with some rich people that like to show off their wealth.
John.
Keeping the work area a mess, says Shronda.
Yes. I know. I think a lot of it is like eating habits and chewing with your mouth open and things like. I had a coworker. I love him to pieces, but he sat right next to me, and he would always listen to music to like chill him out. I'm like, that's fine, because the music was good music, so I didn't mind it. But he would beat the drums on his desk, and when he would do that, it caused my computer keyboard to vibrate, and I'm like, dude, you're killing me.
That in general
It's kind of
drives
annoying.
me nuts. I got a friend
The
that
thumping.
A tapper.
Yeah.
Or the foot, the
A
one that's
buddy
like
we
the
know.
foot tapper and it shakes
Is
the
it
whole
me?
desk.
Because I do
No,
that.
it was a dude I know. We were at the VIG that you were at last night.
Fabulous recommendation.
We were meeting
Jimmy
these
Q.
people there, and then the dude just kept tapping, and finally the girl just said, "Hey, you're really bothering me." And he flipped out, turned into a huge fight. He's like, "Well, I'm a drummer, and I like."
Oh, come on.
Idiots.
You ever sit next to people who have that like foot shake? They shake their foot when they're nervous.
So I'm an anxiety-ridden guy. My grandma used to call me a nervous ninny when I was a little kid because I was always fidgeting. I was always playing with something. And
Yeah.
That's just it's who I am. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry
like
if I'm
super
annoying. Just
fidgety.
tell me I'm annoying you.
Yeah, but little tap thing.
Yeah, a little tap.
Well, it's hard because when you're
action.
sharing a desk space, it's like the whole desk moves, and that's very annoying.
Yeah.
Paula hates it when people look at their cell phones all the time. So you probably hate this show, Paula, 'cause we're reading your comments. In
We're
real
reading
time.
your comments though. We're actually, like I said, we're not checking just.
Charles hates the people that show up late to work.
I like Joyce, people who pick their teeth after lunch.
Hey, Charles, you that guy? Mind your own.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, I
Snitches
like
get stitches.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Charles.
I like Stephanie's. Too much cologne.
Cub Scout.
A lot of people agree
Ooh,
with
yeah.
that, like the heavy cologne people.
I bathe in it. Well, not
Yeah.
really at work. I don't like to waste it on you guys, but
That's too
I'm at the
expensive.
We
club, man.
appreciate your
I get the good
thoughtfulness.
stuff. I'm a bather. I want it to be like mouthwash.
Yeah.
You know, when you're
Ew.
talking to somebody and it just.
What about coworkers who run to the boss about petty stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's the worst when they escalate.
What do we say?
Snitches
Snitches
get
get
stitches.
stitches.
Yes.
I think Jared is working with the guy who complained about the people talking about how much money they spend. Jared says, my coworker's complaining about how many Lamborghinis I buy.
I think you guys
You
work
guys are sitting
together.
Side by side. If you're not, you'd make terrible.
Ooh, Victoria's got a good one. Switching the thermostat without
Oh.
checking with others first. It's always from, I know, women hate that
I
because
was
we're always
back in the
cold.
day when corporate let us have our own thermostat.
Now they put that big like lock on it.
So you can't
No
move it.
unauthorized thermostat changes.
I want to save money.
That's so funny. I had one that people had to start pulling up signs. This is when I was in New Orleans because we had a coworker, and you know everybody refills their water bottles, but
Oh,
she
I know
would.
what they're doing. I know what you're
She
going with
wore
that.
like super bright red lipstick, and it was
disgusting.
all over her water bottle, and then she would stick it under the community spout. So now the community spout had the lipstick. And people wrote
That's
signs
very
like,
common. Very common.
Don't
I knew
do
a girl that did that.
that. That's so
I wrote the note.
gross.
I misspelled it, and all they could do was make fun of the misspelling. I'm like, that's not the point.
That's not the point.
Classic Jimmy.
What did you
Disgusting
misspell?
mouth. I don't know.
I'm like lipstick.
What about this one? Janet said, I worked with a woman who continuously cleared her throat like a nervous tick.
Oh, it was a lipstick. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard if they can't control it. There's nothing you can control.
You know, we get one passive-aggressive email a week, and sometimes I'm the one sending it. from stuff that just walks off your desk. That annoys the hell out of
Which
me.
car?
Yeah. Like like whether it's headphones or pens or nope, whatever. Like if you need something that bad, like don't just grift it from me. Like
Yeah.
ask. If someone were to ask, like, hey man, I broke my headphones. I really need them to edit a story. Can I borrow them?
But you have to return it.
Right. I'd be a little grossed out. I don't want other people's ears in my
Ew,
ears.
yeah,
But at the same time, in a crisis, you can have it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go crazy. Don't just take it and then I come back on Monday and I'm like, where's my stuff?
I've lost so many earpieces because of that. I have to hide it. I have to take it with me. There's stuff here I have to take with me
It's
outside
like,
the
who
building.
wants to put their earpieces in someone else's ear?
Because once people find out where something is,
Yeah.
it's the go-to. You know,
Yeah.
that happened with makeup with me. That happened with hairspray with me.
I had my
Well,
makeup
hairspray is
stolen
tough.
twice.
You got to lock up the hairspray because hairspray is expensive.
It is. We
Although
were
now I
just
got
talking about it.
a hookup with Vanessa, so I know it's
Y'all
half
use
price.
good hairspray. I use the
But-
$3 stuff from Walmart.
Aqua.
But the
Aquanet.
good stuff, oh yeah, it'll walk away. People have sticky fingers around
Yeah.
an
Now,
office.
I accidentally took some of Paul's pizza once, but honestly, that is a pet peeve. People that do take like food. That we had a guy up to Charles that works here at the state.
Charles.
He's like the nicest guy. You know, he's a promotions guy, and he's and he says, I came in one day and I brought my spaghetti in a Tupperware dish, and I went to go. I was so hungry, and I went to go lunch, and somebody ate it. He says, but they were really nice. Because they left it in the sink where I could wash it. That was really nice of them.
So sweet of them.
That's what Anthony said, lunch thieves.
yeah, the
Yeah.
lunch sleeves are terrible. I'm like, have you no shame?
Denise said
Coffee
the same
creamer
thing.
thieves.
So does Ryan. Pet peeve, people stealing food from your fridge. It's almost as if they're trying to prompt the pizza story, but I'm not
Yes.
going to give it to them.
I like Pamela snoring. Where do you work that they're
Wait,
allowed
yeah.
to snore?
What of it?
Oh, you don't do that in this building because people will videotape you and
Yeah.
on social media.
Oh, totally.
true.
Oh, this one.
Go ahead, sorry.
So I'm like, this cannot be true, right? Joanna's like, a slob of a coworker never washes his hands after going to the bathroom. Flosses what's left of his teeth with a rubber band while spinning a spinner, and she adds he's 40
It sounds like a treat.
and single.
Vanessa?
I was gonna say, he's so single.
He's totally single, Joanna.
Charles hates the people that watch our Facebook Live show during work. Turn it down. Put your headphones on. Be
Steal someone
courteous.
else's headphones.
How about coworkers
stick 'em in
that you're
your
sitting
ear.
right next to them and they just let out a loud burp or a bell?
Yeah, yeah.
Carlos wants to go ride a bike. Go ahead, buddy. Go ride your bike right now.
Yeah, we're not stopping you.
You need a burp or something?
They'll burp the baby.
All right, this is good stuff. Let's get to freshly squeezed juice as we wait for a few more
Oh,
comments.
no.
Oh, it says ad lib, but there is a script here. Sorry, Vanessa, I didn't roll far enough. I bet that's
Okay.
another pet peeve.
Yeah, the prompter rolling. All right, so you want to be as comfortable as you can when you go to the movies, right? Well, now there's a theater offering double beds instead of seats.
Oh.
The theater chain in Switzerland has a VIP bedroom setup featuring 11 double beds. Ticket holders are given food and drinks without having to line up, and they're also handed warm slippers. The price of this is $36. First of all, my thing with this, do they clean them after?
Yeah, because the elephant in the room
It's
here is people
questionable.
are having sex in those beds. Right? Like, right?
Or other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's think about it here. So let's say they only rented out one of the beds during a movie.
Uh-huh.
You telling me that couple's not in there doing their business? Like,
What if
seriously?
they cover the whole thing in latex?
Yeah.
They're comfortable with that, and then
But
they
that's
Take a power washer in there and
Clean
someone
it
suck
after.
it
Or
out.
nine at dime.
Or people
Yeah.
put their heads on the pillows. Other people's germs are all over the bed, just like an airplane, just like going to the movie theaters now,
Yeah.
right? And just the seats. It's
I
so
know.
dirty, so many
gross.
germs. It's disgusting.
Forget
Why
about
would
washing your
wanna
hand when you
do
come out of the
that?
bathroom. It's
That's going to
cleaner
be the
now.
end of the human race. It's going to finally, there's going to be a germ that no one can stop, and it's just going to get spread through movie
If you
theaters
want to
and
lay in the bed,
airports.
freaking go to your own bed and watch a movie.
We're dirty.
That's
Humans
not
are
as fun.
filthy animals.
Would you ever use something like that?
What?
$36? I mean, listen,
Well,
it's $100 to go to the movies
I'd go
anyway.
to-
so
Hey,
it's an
when
extra
you
couple bucks to lay in a
go
bed.
to iPick, it's probably like 32.
Yeah.
And
It
do.
is expensive
I love
at
it.
iPick.
It's completely ruined me forever.
comfortable.
Once you go to a theater where you can stretch out almost flat, they give you these wonderful chenille covers. You're ordering your wine. You've got a waiter. I'm like, I can't go back to a regular theater. I'm so uncomfortable sitting straight up.
I agree with
It's
that, but this
ruined
is a
me.
bit much. Like, and
Yeah.
if you want to do this, take it old school and go to the drive-in.
I was just going to say that.
and then
Bring
you can lay
drive-thrus
out
back.
in the back of your car
Yes.
or whatever with your pillows and your comforter, and it's your stuff.
What if you only have pillows?
Or whatever you want to bring.
I'm just teasing.
No, I would totally go there. I love it. I cannot get comfortable enough in the movie theater. I fidget. I like to
Are
lay
you a
out.
sleeper, or do you fall
Yeah.
asleep during movies, though?
Oftentimes
Because
I
that's
do.
what that's going to lead to.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I do, but to me, that's what I always tell people. That's my movie review. I'm like, I stayed awake the whole time, and then I tell you it's a good movie.
That makes sense.
I love the movies.
What happens when, like, your husband's what, 6'5", and you're tiny, so it's like you're both trying to lay on this bed in the
That's
movie
my
theater?
life. That's what I signed up for.
Nate says because
I
that
wanted
won't
tall
end
kids.
awkwardly.
See, I told you,
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Nate, you're right about that.
Consider it.
I got to get to a viewer comment here about the workplace pet peeve stuff because I want to frame it with a discussion that does not admit guilt. So let me put that out there first. Shirley says, we had someone eating our lunches, so we made a sandwich with cat food. It was gone.
Brilliant.
But our lunches were never stolen again. I think about this sometimes with my
so
coffee.
brilliant.
Because I bring in a jug of coffee creamer. I keep it in the basement fridge. I tell all the morning people if
There's
you
a
need to
basement
use it-
here?
No, we're in the basement. What I meant was this floor.
Studio.
This is okay.
So anyway,
We had a basement in the old building. It was really cool.
we're just going to
Sorry.
talk about basements now.
Sorry.
I'm teasing. No. So I have this jug of coffee creamer. If the people in the morning want to use it, go crazy. Just don't drink it all because I'm not bringing it here so it's gone in a week. You know what I mean? And every time I do that and it's like gone when I come back on a Monday, I'm thinking like I'm just going to poison it. I'm just going to put poison in it. I'm going to put like laxatives in it and make someone like
Yeah, let's stick with laxatives.
lose
Let's
it.
stick with let's not
That's
murder
poison.
anybody.
That's poison.
We're not talking
anyway.
murder.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
not
not
put
trying to hurt
Drano or
anybody.
anything.
The reason I bring this up.
Drano or
Now we know
something.
why Paul's single. He's trying to
I
poison
said
people.
think about it, not do it.
Now we're going to play this
Nobody's
back.
ever
Someone's gonna-
touching it again.
The reason I bring this up.
You may fold under questioning. I worry about it.
Where
Yeah, I did it. I poisoned him. There. I said it.
I do it again.
There, and I do it again.
Exactly.
Jimmy will never touch my pizza.
Oh my God.
You can unravel him so quickly.
I'm sitting
cracking over here.
I'm sitting in the other end of the corner with a prosecution.
No, Jimmy's in
Jimmy?
the bathroom because he ate a pound of laxatives. The reason I bring this up, my parents were separated. My dad was living with a coworker, and he used to get a little rowdy at the bars, and he'd come home and eat anything in the fridge. So we'd go out to dinner with Dad, and we'd have our leftovers in there, and this guy Bill would just come home and eat all of our stuff. And so we're like, we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen anymore. So we had pizza left over one time. We left him 2 slices, and we soaked it in hot sauce underneath the cheese. I mean, just soaked. He ate it all, but the next day he had some gastrointestinal issues and complained about how spicy the pizza was we got last night. And you know what? Bill never stole our leftovers again. The cat food sandwich.
That's brilliant. I
Wait,
think it's brilliant.
Joyce has a great one. I'm a retired nurse, and I hated when coworkers would lick their fingers to turn the paperwork pages. Ew.
You have to.
She said, as a nurses, we know that germs on hands, and secondly, I don't want to touch something your germy mouth has licked. Same goes for
people do that.
cashiers who do that to count their money.
Yeah.
Here's the tip
And money
for
is so dirty.
Don't,
oh, gosh.
right. Don't touch money ever again then because it has been in horrible places.
No, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
You know what? We're all going to die. Really. That's all that there is
germs.
to it. And the latest study says that living on this earth can be dangerous to your health.
Yeah, fatal.
Proven. That comes from a study.
Death
somewhere.
undefeated.
It's without a doubt.
That's a good way to look at
killed,
it.
murdered, poisoned.
I like Lori, this one. When people who have less to do show up in my office to visit, even though I'm clearly busy with actual work. So that's true. So sometimes when you're like super busy and people, you know, the one that goes to the cubicle. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? How's your day going? I'm like, kind of busy, kind of crunching
something?
here. I know. Do you need something? No, just seeing what's new.
I take social cues. I think I'm pretty good at it. When I was early, I didn't. I used to talk to you, but now I can kind of get the old, yeah.
When Jimmy talks to me and I'm going like this, then he knows. Okay.
Well, his voice is just so soothing.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Jimmy, huh?
My thing is if I don't ever make eye contact with you when you stop by, I'm busy doing something else. You know what I mean? Like if you.
You're pretty blunt about it. Like people
Yes.
know when not to mess with
I'll
you.
not even
You're like,
turn
what? Like
around
you,
and
yeah,
acknowledge
yeah.
you. And that's not when he's busy. That's just when he doesn't want to freaking talk.
Yeah, and he's
I
like,
know, Paul. I figured out day one when you were my desk mate. I'm like, I don't think he wants to chat.
Yeah, you can tell with you. You were like straightforward.
Well,
like,
sometimes I got
Paul's-
stuff to do.
Paul's
got
out
stuff
of his
to do.
meds now.
You're in the zone.
He's got the wrong meds or something.
You
need to
stop
up the
by and you
prescription.
start yammering about something that's unimportant. I often say future Paul problems. Does this affect me anytime soon? Oh, it doesn't? Then what are you bringing it to me now for?
That's why when I walk by, I'm just like, whoop, I don't even say hi to you.
I envy the woman that's going to vow to spend the rest of her life with you. I mean, she has so much to look forward
Where
to.
is she already?
You know?
Oh.
God bless you wherever you are.
I'm just gonna let
out
this
there.
hang like the bad smell in
Really.
your office when your coworkers are grilling fish.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty.
Oh, man.
Well, future wife, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm happy that you guys stopped by to watch the Today in AZ After Show. We do it every day, 7:30, right here on this couch. You can make fun of me anytime. I take it in stride.
Hey, Ryan's got a solution for you. Put the coffee creamer in an empty bottle of something weird like buttermilk and no one will touch
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call. Or maybe a Windex bottle, and I'll just spray it in.
Put it in an old oil can.
thinking right.
Oil can or maybe a Drano thing.
Yeah, I like that. Want some?
Not messing with Paul's creamer. Oh my gosh.
You can
I
have
know.
some. You guys can have some. You're in the club.
Ugh.
Be good, people. Don't annoy your coworkers today.
it. Have a great Wednesday.